Yeah, the eyeball.
Room, so this is where we have incoming power coming into the ride. We've got a series of energy storage cabinets here where we store energy for the main launch. These sets of cabinets, all 3 rows are the, or all 2 rows are the launch control cabinets, and then these are the ride control cabinets over here. We're going to go out and look at the launch bay. Follow me this way. This is where the train enters the mountain. We dive down and then we launch along the floor of the mountain and we start to climb to exit. You can see the daylight down at the other end there where we're going to exit. We've got 2 storage bays, 1 bay here and 1 bay down there where that scaffolding is. This is where the trains will be stored at the end of the night and where we'll do our daily inspections. The area here where the ladder is and where that gravel is filled in is the transfer track. So we've got some gravel in that pit now so that we can get some heavy equipment in here to install this track. So later today, these track sections will get installed in this bay. And then all that gravel will be removed. There'll be a new deck put on top of this. There'll be steel beams and concrete deck on top of us to create that tunnel feature. This beam here gets lowered down. It'll be lowered down this week. And look, you can see the daylight up there. It's a little bit. If you tuck your head in, you can see that's where we're exiting the mountain. 27-meter level, 90 feet above our feet. You gotta get real close to this wall, and you can kind of see out there. We will do some work on other rides in this workshop as well over the winter. We'll head outside here. So we're here in the AlpenFury Plaza. Setting some track inside the mountain now. Behind you is the ride station and the merchandise and ride photo building. So the ride station is behind the old High Striker building. We don't have a clear shot of it here, but running from the west towards the east here is the ride photo and merchandise building. Back in that back corner, they're starting to frame up the other electrical room that will support this ride and the other buildings in this area. Questions while we're here before we split up? So the entrance to the ride will be through this building here that we're putting a new roof on. This is where you'll meet the greeter, where the test seat will be, and where people will get split into either a single rider line, a fast lane line, or a regular queue. You'll go through the back of that building into the main building where there'll be some switchbacks in the lower part of the building, and then there'll be an exterior queue on the west side of the station building, sort of on the fly side. That's where the main queue will be. You'll switch back and forth and then head upstairs to the loading level. I don't recall, Surya, sorry. I'd have to look it up. I don't want to misspeak.
Sorry, I just missed all that, so I was standing over there. So this is the station, right?
So the load and unload area is behind that building.
Yeah.
This end of the building is the merchandise building, and then further down to that end is the ride photo building.
Okay, got it.
This is launch 1, so this is where we'll do our first launch as you roll out of the mountain. You'll get a bit of a boost over this camel hump and dive into the mountain to get to launch 2.
Sorry, where's the exit going to be?
So the exit will be here as well. It'll dump you into the ride photo and then dump you into the merch, and then you'll end up basically where we are.
Where's the entrance to the queue?
In this little building here with the dormer on it. So that wall will be moved to go through that building.
What will the station at the top look like in terms of protocol procedures?
So loose articles, we will have a bin system similar to Yukon Striker. Anything larger than what will fit in your pocket needs to go inside a locker. The bins will only be for things that fit in your pocket. So whether it's a phone, keys, glasses, wallet, all of those things can be accommodated up in the bins, but everything else needs to go in a locker downstairs.
Will there still be metal detectors?
There will be no metal detectors.
And on the bins, the reason why we're not having large bags being permitted into the queue is really to maximize load efficiency. Yeah, because we want to get people riding, we want to get those things cycling, we want to shorten the lines for you guys, and the more stuff we have to deal with on the platform, the longer it's going to take us to close those rides and get you guys moving. So if you're curious as to the reasoning there, that's
Will lockers be complimentary?
they are paid lockers.
Paid lockers?
So we can do more one-on-one interviews on all that afterwards. Any other questions about this area? We're going to split up.
Is the exit staircase on the east side or the west side of the station?
It's on the west side. Entrance is on the east side.
You want me to record?
Record it. I want to make it quickly. So we're in AlpenFury's train right now. This is the orange train. This is the lead car. The restraints are actually really comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
Like I was worried, but now there's nothing to worry about. Maybe
I was on an emergency diet. I'm already.
Yeah, now we're good. And there's going to be airtime. There's no seatbelts. It's really comfortable. The shin guards are comfortable. It feels nice and profiled to our back. It's actually not that bad. I saw that eye roll.
And they have little indents too that make it a little bit better than the other premium trains.
Yeah, so this is actually better than Tigris. It's better than the Skyrocket 2 trains. I like this. This is nice.
Period.
I can sit here all day now.
Yeah, we're not leaving.
Woo! Okay.
Do you guys both want to get up there? And you want me to? Oh yeah. Sure. Do you want to?
Alrighty, Peter. We're here looking at AlpenFury. It's gone vertical. It's quite farther along than I was expecting. It's quite interesting that it's different areas that are constructed on AlpenFury right now. Do you have any explanation about the building process?
Well, like building any other roller coaster, we got to get the foundations in the ground. Those are all done. Then the columns and track go up, and then we get into the final grading, fencing, planting, all of the rest. So.
Of course. Do you know why maybe they've built certain sections and then built it in segments instead of just from start to finish, like we've seen with other?
Yeah. We're building in different areas based on what we've received. So we haven't received the complete ride yet. We're still waiting on some pieces to arrive, so we're putting up what we have.
Okay. Awesome. With AlpenFury being announced and well under construction now, is there anything that has changed or developed about the ride and area that we don't know of yet?
I don't think so. It's hard for me because I don't know what everybody
That's
knows.
true.
So,
Is AlpenFest going to have theming?
no, similar to what was existing there before.
Okay.
It'll get a refresh on the paint and some planting, but it's that Alpine Village is what we're looking to deliver. So.
Okay. Do we know the approximate height requirement, minimum and maximum for AlpenFury yet?
As far as I know, the minimum's 54 inches. So I don't know what that is in metric off the top of my head. The maximum hasn't been determined yet.
Okay. Are we going to see any paint happen to the rides in the area like Thunder Run, The Fly, or any of the rest of the rides in that area?
There's no plans.
Okay.
Not at this time.
Regarding the tunnel and special effects, do you have any further details to share about the tunnel and special effects and how they're going to work?
No, nothing's been ready to release yet. We're talking about a few things, whether they be portals, whether they be wall cladding, and what type of lighting we're going to do. There will be lighting in the tunnel. We will have a flame effect on the roof of the mountain.
When can we expect vertical construction to start wrapping up?
I expect it to be wrapping up by end of April.
End of April?
Yeah.
Any plans that can be discussed about the walkway behind the falls or the waterfalls returning to Wonder Mountain?
No, the walkway won't reopen. We've upgraded the pumping system to deliver water to the falls, but yeah, that'll stay the way it was.
And can you describe how a rollback might work on AlpenFury? Would it roll back towards the first launch, or would it stop in the mountain?
No, it's designed to stop inside the mountain.
Okay.
If it rolls back from that top hat element. If it rolls back from the first, obviously it'll roll back into launch 1.
Okay. And then if it does roll back inside the mountain, would it relaunch, or would you...
Well, we still have to test it.
Okay.
The goal is to relaunch it from that point, but obviously we've got a long way to go before we can test it. So
What is the testing and certification process going to look like for AlpenFury?
it's similar to many other rides. It's a very prescribed, methodical process of we check the structure, the foundations, the grout, make sure that we've got all our fencing in place, all our safety required envelope. We check the ride envelope to make sure that we don't have any potential conflicts for the train or for the riders. We check all the mechanical equipment, the motors, the brakes, the gates, all of those elements. Then we check the control system, all the sensors, all the switches. We test the launch system. Then we get into failure mode testing. So we make things fail, pull wires off, we pull fuses out. We turn things off when they're not supposed to turn off to make sure the ride reacts in a safe way and that the guests stop in a safe way.
Okay.
Once that's all done, then we get into durability testing. So we do lots and lots of running of both trains, both loaded and empty. We want to put lots of miles on it before we put people on it.
Yeah, I bet. Is there going to be a single rider line?
There will be, yeah.
Awesome. Did Premier Rides have to introduce any new technology or innovations to achieve the goals and visions of AlpenFury?
No.
No?
All of the features are service proven elsewhere. So.
Perfect. Do you know how much power AlpenFury uses?
No, I've been asked that a few times, and I don't know off the top of my head. So
Do you know where the on-ride photo will be located?
it'll be at the exit of the ride station. Yeah.
Awesome. And then last question: how will the construction process look for the double inverted top hat?
So next Monday there'll be a large crane come in to start putting those elements up. That takes about 2 weeks to get all those pieces in place. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
No problem. Thanks for
I haven't
having
talked
us.
to you at all
I know,
today
right?
yet.
Well, you're so busy.
Oh, it's good. No, it was a good day.
Alrighty, so we're here with Grace Peacock, who used to be the Director of Communications at Canada's Wonderland, but you got a new role now. What is it?
Yes. So I am Regional Director of Public Relations for Six Flags, specifically for the Midwest region. So we've got 3 regions. So this includes Canada's Wonderland plus 9 other parks. So I sort of oversee public relations for the whole area.
Of course, and we're here right now. We're about to get first rides on AlpenFury. No.
Here we go. Buckle up.
All right, so we're obviously here to cover AlpenFury. It's a brand new roller coaster coming to Canada's Wonderland. You all know that already, though. So I'm going to have a few questions for you. If you can't answer them, we'll skip them. But I guess we'll start it off right away. Can you share any information on AlpenFest and the themed area / story around it?
Sure. I mean, as you know, it's connected to the park's history, but the Alpen area was never really given an official designation, right? So it never appeared on a park map saying AlpenFest. It was always a part of international. Oh goodness, now a blank.
Festival?
Yeah, International Festival, which was kind of the name for the smorgasbord of culture that we had represented around the mountain, right? Showplace was Greek with the columns that were there, and then we had the Swiss influence over in the Alpen area. So in trying to get back to our roots in various places through the park over the years, this was sort of the next project. And being able to do that and giving an official designation, but also having this awesome showpiece ride over there that could lean into that theming. So in year 1, we're looking at the major theming differences you're going to see in there are going to be the station for AlpenFury and then the ride merchandise building as well. But it's going to be a multi-year program. So
Okay.
aside from the theming in the buildings and stuff, though, we're going to be bringing theming into some of our food and beverage offerings this year, which we're going to have more information about shortly.
That's
But,
awesome.
we're
That's on here.
We're doing some food tastings recently, and we're working with some of our brewery partners, and we've got some fun things cooking up.
Yeah, Surya and I will be first in line for food.
There you go.
Is there anything new for 2025 that the park is ready to talk about yet outside of AlpenFury?
Oh my goodness, isn't AlpenFury enough?
More so talking about, food, festivals.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. So, coming up in April, we're going to have a lot more information about our event programs and our entertainment lineup. So you'll have to be patient for that one. But yes, there's always something new to talk about at Canada's Wonderland.
Yeah, guys, be patient. The park talked about festivals revolving around AlpenFury. Does the park have any information to share about the festivals or events in the AlpenFury area?
We do have some plans for something related to AlpenFest, but it's not going to be here in 2025.
Oh, okay.
That is all.
That's crazy. Can we expect any AlpenFury or AlpenFest themed food or drinks? I think you kind of answered that already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yes, we can. Amazing. Surya, did you hear that? No? Okay. Are there any details about AlpenFury that have emerged that we aren't aware of yet and you're ready to share, maybe about like the station building, the queue line, the tunnel, or the fire effect?
Only that we're still working on the fire effect and plan to have that happen. The tunnel experience will have to be a surprise.
Okay.
And station work, just that it'll be themed to the AlpenFury story and the AlpenFest area, but I don't think any other details that have not yet been revealed.
Okay. And the queue line, do you know any of the specific details? I think Peter touched on that we were going to enter between those two
Oh yeah, no,
AlpenFest buildings, and it was going to be between the Fly and then some indoor like Yukon.
I do not know.
All right.
Sorry.
No worries. Can we expect a first rider auction like we've seen with other new coasters?
So we will have a charity event connected to AlpenFury, but it's not going to be a first rider like you've traditionally come to know.
Okay.
So this will actually happen after our official launch, and it's going to be an event supporting Sick Kids Hospital.
Okay, awesome. That's cool. Are you able to provide any further statements on Time Warp and its removal?
No, just that we're sad to see it go. Occasionally we have to retire rides to make way for new attractions, just like we did with Sky Flyer for AlpenFury. I can't share yet what the plans are for that area, but we hope to have more information on that this year.
Oh, T. I have to ask, are you going to be a front row ride or a back row rider on?
I'm gonna try them all for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna like better. Are you expecting that there'll be a different experience?
Maybe a little bit, but considering my size, I might be a front row rider.
Okay. Apparently the seats are apparently the same, like in terms
Really?
of the space and then the leg room and all that. It's just it looks like it's a little tighter in the back, but that's an optical illusion if you look. It's only because of that back bumper thing.
Yeah, you know what? I can kind of see what you're saying.
There's actually technically all the same.
That's relieving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything about AlpenFury and its construction or coverage or thing that has specifically stood out to you and been your favorite part? I think I asked that a little weird. What has been your favorite part about AlpenFury so far?
I think it's getting the trains here. I think getting to see these because I saw them when they were unveiled at IAPA's event, but I didn't get to see this is the first time we saw them physically here, and they're just so cool. So it's just, I don't know, it brings it to life, right? Like seeing the track and it just feels like it's not you can touch and feel and imagine yourself riding. It's just their columns up in the air. But here, this is cool. This is going to be
It is really cool. It's awesome to sit in the trains. This whole event's been amazing. It's been probably the best event ever hosted.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Great review.
And then the big last question, you might not be able to answer this, but do you have an anticipated opening date for AlpenFury?
Yes, well, we're targeting late spring is what we're saying. I mean, we can't make promises at this point because there's still so many variables going on with the construction timelines. But unfortunately, it won't be open in time for opening day on May 8th, hopefully soon thereafter.
Okay, awesome. Alrighty, that's everything.
Cool.
Bye. Do you know how to let us out?